Hello students, this is my third lecture on life processes. In the earlier lecture, I have explained about nutrition, then I have explained about respiration, and this will be the class on circulation. So basically in this lecture, I will explain you about human heart and the circulation, how circulation takes place in different animals. So I am starting from human circulation. Students, you already know that what is the media of circulation in our body? You all know, as we have read in our earlier classes, that circulation takes place by blood. Blood is the fluid connective tissue. It helps in the transport of nutrients, food, important minerals, gases, everything. Everything is transported via the blood. Now, this is I have tried to draw a diagram of human heart. This is a very complex diagram. It's very difficult for you to understand, but I will try to make you understand. Please listen to me very carefully. Students, you already know that human heart consists of 4 chambers. Human heart consists of 4 chambers as in the case of mammals and birds. What are the 4 chambers? This is right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. So what are the 4 chambers of heart? Right atrium, this is the right atrium, this part. This is the right ventricle. Again, this is the left atrium, this is the left ventricle. Now, you know, heart consists of cardiac muscles. Heart is made up of cardiac muscles. You have read in your earlier classes. Now, the 2 chambers. How many chambers of heart are there? There are 4 chambers, and the heart is broadly divided into 2 parts. That is, one is the right part and the other is the left part. Now this is the separating wall, or we call a septum. This is the dividing wall between the two ventricle. 2 ventricles separated by the dividing wall. Now other parts, I couldn't write all the I couldn't point out all the parts of human heart. I will be telling you. Please follow this diagram very carefully. So I have told you this is right atrium, this part is right atrium, and this part is right ventricle. Now in between right atrium and right ventricle, this part, this is a valve. We call it tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. Now what a valve functions? Valve functions for one directional flow of blood. That is, valve is just like this. So whenever blood will come, blood will flow in this direction only. So the function is unidirectional flow of blood. It cannot flow in the opposite direction. Suppose there is a pressure upward, what will happen? The valve will close like this. So it will not allow blood to go in the reverse path. Okay. So right ventricle, right atrium, in between there is a valve. This is the valve. This is known as tricuspid valve. Now then this is the left atrium, this is the left ventricle, and in between there is a valve. This is another valve. This is bicuspid valve. This is, I am writing over here, this is bicuspid valve. So one is tricuspid, another is bicuspid valve. So what is the function of bicuspid valve? Bicuspid valve is same, that is, the blood flows from the left atrium to the left ventricle only, not in the opposite path. Now students, just follow what I say now, because this is very important, very important, how blood flows in human body. These two are the vena cava. This is superior vena cava, this is inferior vena cava. Okay, these two are the vena cava. First, what happens? Deoxygenated blood, that is carbon dioxide rich blood, this is CO2 rich blood, carbon dioxide rich blood comes to the right atrium. Okay, so carbon dioxide rich blood comes from these two parts. These two are vena cava. Okay, I have not written it. Please write it down. Please note, These two are vena cava of human heart. Sorry. So from the vena cava, the carbon dioxide rich blood comes to the right atrium. Okay. From the right atrium, the blood flows to the right ventricle via this tricuspid valve, which I have mentioned earlier. Now it comes here, so it comes to the right ventricle. Now, from the right ventricle, the blood flows to the pulmonary vein. This is the pulmonary vein, this part. Okay. From the pulmonary vein, the blood goes to the lungs. Okay. What happens in lungs? So, in lungs, what happens? Lungs, CO2 blood, CO2 rich blood becomes oxygenated. So what happens? What happens? In the pulmonary, through the pulmonary artery, the blood flows to the lungs where the carbon dioxide rich blood gets oxygenated, and the oxygen rich blood again enters to the heart through the pulmonary vein. You can see the 4 chambers of the pulmonary vein over here. So through the pulmonary vein, the blood enters to the left atrium. Now, initially it was carbon dioxide rich blood, that is impure blood. Now, after going to the lungs, the blood gets oxygenated from the lungs and it enters the heart again through pulmonary vein, and this time this is oxygen rich blood. Now, it comes to the left ventricle and through the bicuspid valve it enters the, I am extremely sorry, oxygen rich blood enters through pulmonary vein to the left atrium. As you can see here, this is the left atrium, and from the left atrium the blood flows to the left ventricle via this bicuspid valve, and through this ventricle the blood flows to this part, it is aorta. This is aorta, and from this aorta it goes to different parts of the body. So I again tell you the path of human blood circulation. Please have a deep note on it. This is very confusing because from the diagram you will not understand anything. This is, means so many things are there. I couldn't mark all the things. So I tell you, please note it down. These are the 2 vena cava of human heart. From these 2 vena cava, at first the carbon dioxide rich blood or the deoxygenated blood enters to the right atrium. From the right atrium it comes to the right ventricle. See, it comes to the right ventricle via tricuspid valve. So it comes to the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle it goes to the pulmonary artery. From the pulmonary artery it goes to the lungs. In the lungs what happens? The deoxygenated blood gets oxygenated, or the carbon dioxide rich blood becomes oxygen rich blood. After the blood gets pure or oxygenated, the oxygenated blood again enters the human heart through pulmonary vein. There are 4 chambers of pulmonary vein I have already mentioned by arrow, you can see. So the oxygen rich blood enters to the left atrium, and from the left atrium it enters to the left ventricle via bicuspid valve, and from the left ventricle it moves to the aorta, and from the aorta it goes to all parts of the body. So this is how carbon dioxide rich blood enters into our heart. It again goes out of the heart to the lungs, gets oxygenated over there, again enters our heart, and it is transported to all part of the body. So in human heart, blood enters twice. First, the carbon dioxide rich blood, that is the deoxygenated blood or the impure blood, and then again from the lungs it enters through pulmonary vein, that is oxygen rich blood or the pure blood, through left ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle, and aorta to all parts of the body. Students, as I have already explained, double circulation takes place in human blood. That is, twice the blood enters to the human heart. First it enters, then again goes out, then again enters, then again it is transported to all parts of the body. Now, why is this double circulation? And why is this fourth chamber and separation? This is because human body cannot allow mixing of the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, but other animals like amphibians, like reptiles, they can allow mixing of the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Like snakes, lizards, all these animals, they have three chambered hearts because they allow mixing of the blood. They have three chambered heart, and in fishes you will find two chambered heart. Okay, so this is all about circulation. In the next part I will be explaining you the circulation, how circulation of water and food takes place in plants. Thank you.